Hey all, Heretic here with another Battlegrounds patch update. Patch 27.0.1 just dropped and is live right now. This is a server side. Nothing has to be changed. No download for your client. Your mobile should work just fine. These are just changes happening on their end of it. But some of it's actually decently significant to your gameplay. So I want to mention it to you because you're going to feel like the game's running a little different. And there's a reason for that. There's been some changes and it's almost all quest related, but it's important changes because you feel like you're not getting certain things as much. And there's a reason for this. So with this patch now being live, what this change means is the new quests will not currently be shown as often as they were before. So all those new fancy quests we love, well, we're going to see less of them. We're going to see more of the old-fashioned boring quests. So maybe the lobbies will be a little less spiky. Maybe, probably not. Just means the two guys who do get the busted quest will run all over us while we're sitting there using the old-fashioned menagerie mayhem crying. Victim Spectre, the quest reward, is now going to be returned to the pool, as will the quest Burn the Evidence and Pressure the Authorities have been returned as quests you can now receive again. Also, while they put Burn the Evidence back in the game, it's also been made easier to complete. But since we only saw it for, I think, a day, I'm not sure anyone's really going to feel like it's any easier, but it's back and it's easier also. Now more difficult to complete, Endless Blood Moon, Sturdy Shard, and Doppelganger's Locket will now be rare. Also, all three of these quests are now going to be harder to earn the rewards of. In the case of Locket especially, this is a good thing because it is in far too many lobbies. It's rare now by a lot, and it was too easy to complete, so this is a good change, so we shouldn't see this one running as wild. And just so you know, they're not just making quests harder to complete, some of them are being made easier, so there's a little balance. Some of these quests that might not be so good will now be better because you can get them easier. And Map of the Unknown, Anima Bribe, Mirror Shield, Divine Armor, Invigorating Conch, and Partner in Crime will all be easier to complete. I do like a couple of these. I felt like they were underperforming. That's because they were hard to complete. Maybe now, by leaving them exactly like they were, with this change, they'll now be more viable. And folks, a ton of heroes have had their armor reduced, and even more have had their armor increased. So there's a lot of heroes who will now be performing a little less, and a lot of who will be performing better. So you definitely want to take a look at these lists. I'm going to put them all on the screen here for you, and you can take a look based at your later on your MMR, because your MMR determines in some cases if it's a nerf or not. Sometimes it might be a buff. We don't know the threshold for high versus low. They just say at higher levels some are different than lower without telling us the magical number, so make of it what you will. Some other changes to how some hero power is going to work and different things happening in the game. These are miscellaneous, but they are important. Patchwork will now have a harder time completing quests. We don't know the threshold that he is applied with because typically it's based on your armor. He has no armor. We do know that his quests have been easier to complete, but we have no idea what they consider him internally in system. We just have no clue, so make of that what you will. Golden Hammer quest will no longer be offered in games with Naga. So Naga players who say, hey, look, Golden Hammer is my reward, I'm now playing Naga. Not this time. Sorry, folks, it's not going to be in those lobbies. You don't get to abuse your zesties anymore. ETC will no longer be offered Snicker Snack as a quest because, hey, some of those buddies have stupidly powerful battle cries. Now you can't trigger them all you want, so this will definitely tone down ETC a little bit. Edwin Van Cleef and Carol Rome's hero power have been removed from Master Nguyen since he has no way to really raise the power level of those hero powers. This is a definite buff to Master Nguyen, so definitely keep an eye when you're offered him. He's a little better now. There's also a variety of bug fixes in this, but they're all very minor, and there's a lot of them. Some of them might have been impactful because they've happened to you a couple times, but there's so many of them, you'll have to take a look at the notes if you want to see. I will include the link to the notes in the video description itself, so if you're interested in that, please take a look and go see all those additional changes because it's quite a bit and they're very minute details. Tell me what you think. This doesn't even warrant a patch note, but I figured in some cases this has been more impactful to some of the changes they've done for a whole patch. Because, you know, Battlegrounds aren't always the key thing they're running in a patch. Sometimes it's a standard thing and we get a little thing here and there. So I feel like as a tiny patch, this is actually pretty impactful to Battlegrounds. I'm excited. I figure this is well worth coming to you with. Tell me what you think. Are any of these things exciting to you? Do any of them actually impact your gameplay? I know myself, I'm definitely looking at some of those changes and going, ooh, I'm actually going to have to rethink some things. This is going to balance, especially in the higher MMR, the gameplay quite a bit. There's some good changes in here. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time. I'll see you in the Battlegrounds. Later.